Yeah. Sir, if you're interested, you can do welcome part, sir. I will give intro. Ashish, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can do welcome, sir.
Of course, ma'am. Good evening, all. A heartiest welcome to all of you in the today's how much number session I forgot.
103, sir. 103.
103 session, and the session was taken by Mr. Naveen Sharma. He is a psychology student, and rest introduction will be given by Sunanda ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ashish. Yeah, we welcome you, all the participants, on behalf of Tech on Positive Mental Health. Naveen Sharma is currently working as a part-time lecturer at SNS institution. He completed his degree in psychology, awarded All-Rounder Performer Award in overall college criteria at SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science among 4,000 students, and also awarded as leader of today among 4,500 students in Dr. SNS Rajalakshmi College of Arts and Science. Credible person with commitment and seeking an opportunity for challenging destination to improve his professional skill and knowledge. He has attended and coordinated more than 1,200 webinars and presented as resource person for 18 plus webinars, presented a paper at international level conference, published 3 books, and registered a startup at MSME with the objective of progression is everything. Looking forward is joyful journey. Yeah, Naveen, we welcome you to this floor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. First of all, I would like to thank Tech and Positive Mental Health platform to invite me for a guest lecture. Thank you so much for that, ma'am. Then I would like to thank personally Sunanda ma'am and as well as Dinakar Rao sir for creating this wonderful platform of learning and spreading awareness towards everybody in this beautiful evening. I would like to thank. Yeah, today topic is expectation leads to procrastination. Here, how to say this means expectations are our expectations. Usually, people do whatever we do in our day to day life, we will expect something from somebody else, or they will expect something from us. That lead to sometimes that lead to a boredom. Yeah, I would like to be a interactive session towards this session. Yeah, I would like to ask one question to all the participants whoever gathered here. Yeah, what are little expectation made you to procrastinate your work? Share your experience in chat box or either by unmuting yourself. People used to expect you lot from you because you are all reputed from a reputed positions. What are the simple expectation led you to procrastinate that work? You can share your experience now.
Yeah, friends, you can share your thoughts.
I think it happens in our day-to-day life. Due to some small expectations, we also procrastinate our work. As if there is anything my parents are expecting something from my side, so I'll do some research work for them. So I have to procrastinate my office work. That will suffer, I think, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sir.
thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Anyone else? Anyone else? Don't share as a free, friendly manner. Here, no doesn't mean say anything wrong or right. You can share your thoughts.
Meanwhile, I'll share PPT, Naveen. Give me a
Okay.
few seconds.
Yeah.
I think Anita ma'am joined in.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I was facing some internet issues. I joined and then I had to leave because it just froze and I
Yeah,
had
it's
to,
okay, ma'am.
alter the connections.
Naveen is
Okay,
asking
okay.
some
So sorry.
questions.
Yeah,
If
ma'am.
possible, you can share me.
Share your experience. What are the
Mm.
simple expectation leads to procrastinate your day to day life works, ma'am? Is some
Okay, simple expectations that would lead to procrastination.
yeah, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So something like others' expectations about us.
Yeah, ma'am. You can
I
like share
may
your
achieve
real
those
time
goals.
experience. Like, I would like to share my
Yes.
one of my experience. It may be like example. Like people expect me to give
Oh,
lot from me. Although I will give my 90%, they will expect me to give
yes.
100%. So that it will get sometime I may get frustrated and I will be procrastinate that kind of works, ma'am. Same like that. That may be a positive way or negative way.
Yes. Yes.
We used
Mm.
to procrastinate in our day-to-day life. Anyone else have these similar kind of experience can
Correct.
share it now in our platform. Anand sir, you can share, sir. Yeah, I think no more ideas. So okay, we can start today's session. Like yeah, one comment I have been got that any sensual expectation like eating food on time, drinking water on time, the first and biggest expectation which meet often to procrastinate. Yeah, usually people will ask that to us in a lot of time, so we start to procrastinate that simple works. Yeah, this like simple works leads to a great procrastination. I will like to say that it give you a pathway to procrastinate even the bigger works. Simple works we used to procrastinate, and that leads to a procrastinate ourselves into a bigger works and unrealistic goals. I would like to say, yeah, I will start with our today's session topic. 1 minute PPT will be loading. Yeah, 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 ma'am gave a lifetime example like even opening mic or putting on our camera is also a leads to a procrastinate, I would like to say. Yeah, see, in our day-to-day life we used to balance lot of things. Somebody will start to balance like we used to get frustrated when we started to do multiple tasks like family, health, as well as friends, work, in the fun. Some things we used to balance in with our internally, as well as something we used to balance it from our external manners. Like health, work, and friends we used to manage in our internal manner, but family and fun we used to manage in our external manner. These activities, when we have a balanced state in both our internal as well as our external souls, we can able to cope up with our day-to-day life. I would like to say that in these kind of situations, in our work, our health, friends, family, fun, whatever the things we do in our day-to-day life, we used to have lots and lots of expectation in each segment of our life. There, that simple expectation leads to a procrastination cycle, I would like to say. In similar to that, I would like to say, usually they will expect a punctuality in work time schedule. Even if you are perfectly maintaining your time for almost 3 months, and for one day you if you are late means they will start scolding you. On the next day you may get anger or towards irritated towards that person and start to procrastinate that work timing schedule. That small schedule starts to have a procrastination cycle. It's like that similar works like used to procrastinate. That feeling of guilty. If your favorite person started to scold you, means that feel of guilty leads to make excuses, panic. That leads to a procrastination, I would like to say. It's like a cycle. Simple things we start to feel guilty on our day-to-day life leads to a procrastinating in the greater level, I would like to say. Okay. We are everything has a if we have a shutdown in a pathway, we do have another path to take down, take it on the right or left. May have a alternate way in our day-to-day life. Same like that. How to stop procrastination? Simple. We used to postpone our works. Before that, we used to prepare like that, not postponing. We just used to do that work as simple as that. We don't need to make that complex work into simple things and do it. Just do it now. Whatever the results may be, that may be a positive one, negative impact to you. You have to do it according to like I used to practice in my classes. Like students used to come late after break hours. So I used to do that. Whoever come earlier, punctual to the break hours, they can have anything from the canteen. The person who reaches the class first after the break hour can have anything from the canteen by sponsoring myself. That habit tempts students to usually regular in that. They used to have a punctual into their classes. So like that, in first day I have result of 2 students, so I have bought. And next day after seeing their rewards, the tempting rewards, students starts to come earlier. Until 10 students I have bought. After that, I have make them to be their class starts to maintain that punctuality in regular manner. That small tempting rewards make them to do lot of work in a perfect manner, I would like to say, because they do have a punctuality skill in their day-to-day life. Some person needs to stimulate it like that. Whatever the things we start to do, someone need to be in our backside to push it or stimulate ourselves to do that task in a more achievable manner. So if not, no one is there, and people start keeping only expectation into ourselves, we're not able to cope up with that. That leads to procrastinate, I would like to say. So we should be clear in our schedule. We should be clear in our day-to-day life and to-do list to be which we have made in our day-to-day life. Then we should work according to that. See, usually whatever work we do in our day-to-day life, we can take a graph. It will consume time, and we will have a reflect back on it. Before getting that result, we may put our effort. That may be a pain or happy effort, anything. That effort may be a pain. As like that in a graph, we would like to. When a person who, ma'am, last slide please, ma'am. When a person can able to cope up both the pain as well as time in a equal manner in his day-to-day life, his action line improves a lot. That leads to a reaction, that leads to a possible reaction. Yeah, we people, what is behavior exact definition? It is all about our observable, measurable and purposeful actions or reaction towards something, towards some object. So whatever the thing we used to do, people used to observe us, that people used to measure us, that should have some purpose. Same like that, when the pain and time consumes lot from in our day-to-day life, we stop procrastinates. We do stop that procrastinate. That expectations give a healthy behavior towards the society as well as towards us. That leads to some action. That action line. Yeah, simple barrier only. A person A is there, person B is there. He consumes the pain and time equal and able to manage that. He has been observable, measurable, and purposeful to his work which has been given to him. So he has jumped that action line and put towards his behavior as an action. But a person who doesn't ready to claim his action, he will leads to that action behavior leads to a procrastination, I would like to say. There is simple word enough to judge us is good or bad. So it's on our hand either to procrastinate that action behavior or actionate that behavior. So we should ignite ourselves towards everything. Next, ma'am. Yeah, next one is career planning. Yeah, wherever the things, this is career planning is all about our life. In our day-to-day life, we do need lots of things like education is much needed in our day-to-day life, as well as some motivation is much needed in our career planning. Whatever the career, it may be our if students are there means they are should make their career towards their pathways towards their job. If a person is working in a job means he is a professional means they should plan a career according to his time schedule. If he is a responsible role like father means he can plan a career for his children, wife and family, friends as well as peers and work schedules. As like that, we all have something to do. So we have to plan according to our career workload. So for all the things, basic needs I would like to mention is motivation. Whatever the work we do, people used to uh, how to say it, people used to stimulate you or motivate you. You can do that work in a highly beneficial manner and with a enthusiastic manner. But people used to demotivate you. Now whatever the work, even that work has a 100% success, but people used to say that demotivate, that it not in a perfect manner, you used to doubtful yourself and your behavior in that nature. So we need a motivation. That motivation and career planning should lead to a success, I would like to say. And we should have a step by step career ladder, where in start of the day we can't become a CEO of the company. First of all, we should have a labor, then we should have to a team leader, then we should become a manager, then we should become a board of team members, and finally we can become a leader, say CEO of the company. As like that, step by step career growth should be there in our day to day life. And we should able to empathize and define our goals, because empathize matters a lot here. Usually people sympathize a lot. Say going towards a road, if we see a beggar, we can sympathy. Oh my God, he is a beggar, so we can put a kind. But if we have empathize him, what is the reason behind them, it will stimulate us, it will makes us to define the problem. Empathizing leads to define our problems, goals, whatever the things. So after defining it, we can able to analyze what are the strengther side of us, what are the weaker side of us. That leads make us to focus more on our strengther side, with the extra confident, and weaker side with little confident. Because people don't, if can't able to segregate what is the strength side, weakness side of them, then they can will show the attitude towards everything in a same similar manner. So we should learn how to focus on our strength and weakness, and we should have a checklist, we should maintain it in a day to day life. Because when you see in simple thing, if you start your work at 9:30, you can do your checklist and do your plan according to it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Then after 4:30, you can review it. If that work completes earlier, 10:30 means you can tick, just make a tick of that work which you have been completed in the to-do list. This checklist will make you to grow a better person in your life, in the aspect of maintaining your family, maintaining your work pressure, maintaining your career growth, whatever the things. You can look into the multidimensional perspectives. That checklist will grow you towards a multiple manner, I would like to say here. Then next one is ma'am, next slide please. Ma'am, next slide. Yeah. Social expectations. Social expectations, especially when you look into women's, more than men's, women's have more lots and lots of social expectation in their day-to-day life. How means, usually men will have like they can have work pressure as well as the handling family pressure, like that. But women, we used to judge, we prejudice that, we have a stereotypical that like women are in home, so they don't have much social expectation. But they do have social expectation that leads to procrastinate their day-to-day life works a lot. Simple things make them to procrastinate lot. Here, see, people should start believing the motherhood is an option and decision for their solely depends. Because people start procrastinating their motherhood itself due to lots and lots of expectation from the society and social. These simple things also make women to hurt more in their day-to-day life, and their choice and perspective. We don't used to consider much more in their life. When we make a family decision also, at last finally we do have multiple thoughts, but finally a male used to raise their watch and end up the conversation. In some family only women used to raise up their voice, but she used to give a space for the male. He used to give a recognition, let your father can conclude in like that. Or in office meeting also, wherever male used to male dominance, nowadays that has been a lower side, but social expectation towards women's also higher, that leads to procrastinate their work also. So we should also take into consideration of that only, that point of view also we should take into consideration. Ma'am, next slide please, ma'am. Yeah. If you are a student or whatever the role you may have, your parents will start expecting from you from your childhood till your deathhood. Because from your child 2 to 3 years or 5 years, they start expecting you to crawl, start expecting you to walk. And after something, when you are in your teens, parents start to expect you to score good marks. Score. When you are in 20s to 30s, parents start to expect you to have a good and reputed position with a reputed work. And when you are 30 to 40, parents start to expect you to have a good married life and good how to be a good society person, social responsible person. As well as when you grow above that, parents start to expect you to have their grandchildren. And as like that, your parents will have expectation throughout your life. If you are a child, means the parents start to expect throughout your life. So that similar expectation we should have. For example, if it is a coconut tree that can give limited number of coconut, that can't give banana and mangoes and jackfruits at a time in a coconut tree. Usually, more or likely, Indian parents used to expect like that a child should give all the things in a same coconut tree. I would like to hear say that in mention that here because more or like 90% of parents used to expect more the things, but what their child can do, that that expectation they should not how to say that more than that they should not expect. For 0.5% they can expect, but regular expectation leads them to boredom their life. Some may be handle that situation by procrastinate, some may be take a wrong decision in their life, some may be develop their pro-social attitude, and some may be develop their anti-social attitude. So either side also there in their children. So parents should learn how to expect from their child, what to expect from their child, and the level of expectation and everything need to be considered when parents in point of view of parents. And we as a child we should also understand the parents' views. As I said earlier, empathizing part is a much needed part in your day-to-day life. We should also empathize parents' views and parents' pressure and pain, what you should have in the day-to-day life. Although we are grown child, we also become parent also, but we are still some child towards our parents. So we should start fulfilling our parents' expectation as much we can. We can't fulfill 100%, we can fulfill at least 50 or 70% towards our parents, I would like to say. Next slide, ma'am. Yeah, next one is passion versus profession. It is the main major issue faced by every individuals in our world nowadays because they're much more confused with their passion and profession. So they start to procrastinate everything in their day-to-day life. For example, I would like to say my real-time example. Myself here, I would like to put down as an example. Yeah, I am pursuing my psychological career. I choose it as a passion, and my profession. I would like to be a UPSC civil service aspirant. So here my dilemma thoughts are that either after completing my bachelor's, I can pursue my MSc psychology, or I can do my civil service preparation, or I can do both the things in simultaneously. Is I am capable of that? That expectation, my self expectation, made me to procrastinate something. Now, also with these all multiple works, I also doing a part-time lecturer job in my own institution. This multiple tasks make us to be in a confused state, and our expectation own expectation also made us to procrastinate ourselves in my day-to-day life. So we should have a clear cut clarity in our day-to-day life, what is our passion and what is our profession, which leads to anyway ultimate goal of our aim is to be a successful person in our life. Through passion we can be success, or through profession we can be success. So it's our own ability to classify into how to success in our life towards our goal. And what is the secret mantra, I would like to say, everyone will have some kind of secret mantra in our life. We should able to identify that secret mantra, secret code of our life, which make us to have a clear cut clarity and clarity, as well as which is suitable for our reality, which passion is suitable for our reality. We should have a clear cut idea about it. And next slide, ma'am. And yeah, this is the major slide faced by youngsters like me, as well as more of us in your youngster life also you may used to practice. You can rewind it. friend versus future. Usually friends will have a expectation like having us to be a fun and entertainable person, but that threats our future a lot, because sometimes we used to experience our due for our entertainment, we used to lose our future scope at sometimes. So this friend versus future expectation, we ready to handle that expectation in a correct manner, with right manner, and we should able to procrastinate anything, either friend or future, because after some time, after your success, in your future success, friend may be there. But if you start if you start to procrastinate either one, you can able to success in your life. But if you procrastinate both the things, nothing to do in your life. We It's like how to say, it's like a empty dump in the garbage. We used to dump everything in the garbages and throw it away. As like that, we should can't able to dump everything in our garbages. It because our human brain is capable of something, so we have to act wisely and accordingly to the situation. What are the expectation can be fulfilled, what are the expectation can't be fulfilled. We can procrastination also we can do wisely. If you start to procrastinate this kind of job in our day-to-day life, definitely that leads to success. But if you start to procrastinate all the jobs in our day-to-day life, that lead to failure of our life. So we should also handle the word procrastination wisely towards our goals, means that procrastination also will give you a step path away to our success, I would like to say. Ma'am, next slide please. Our personal responsibility matters a lot in our expectation as well as in our procrastination goals, because our mm, we ready to take our responsibility. Usually people in taking responsibility leads to procrastinate. Yeah, for example, at starting of the section, I asked some, so if 20 of us were there, I asked you to share your experience. One or two have been shared, and somebody ready to have a panicful situation to turn our camera and answer my question. Somebody have been texted through two with the help of a tech chat box, and somebody is like that. We should ready to take our own responsibility. We start to fulfill that simple expectation, then the larger expectation can be tackled by ourselves. Even though that's the simple obstacles, if we start to tackle, means even the complex obstacles also we can solve. So we should start to take our own responsibility in our life, because our own thoughts, feelings, words and actions determines our pathway of our life. So we should start to take our own own mindset, I would like to say. Yeah, stop blaming. It's a toughest task for a human being in our life, because we used to blame everybody. Yeah, I would like to say, people used to hear, if you start to blame with your finger, means a single finger has been blaming other person who is in front of you, other four fingers is blaming yourself. So first of all, we should be clear cut about ourselves, then we should blame others. So we no need to blame others, simply we can stop blaming and start achieving. That make us to growth our life, I would like to say here. And we should not refuse to take anything in personal, because so we should clear cut about our personal and professional growth. Then we can first of all make ourselves happy, then we can make other self happy. Because a person simple smile, if you start to smile in front of others, they will start to smile for you. Similar simple things you do will make yourself happier and other self happier. So make first of all yourself happy, and leave the present moment, that most of the psychology used to do. Mindful we used to say throughout our life, from the starting of our bachelor's degree career to till the doctorate, or till our end of our psychology practice, we used to say people and clients whomever we meet, leave the present moment mindful. Because one time we start to savor that present moment, live in the present moment, definitely I would say that that taste won't let you to think, worry about your past and anxious about your future. So we start to live in our present moment, I would like to say. Then the beautiful power in our human life is intentions. That intention should be positive, and whatever the consequence may be, that may be negative consequence, positive consequence. We should have a positive intentions, positive approach towards everything, means we can be and successful one in our life and feel calm and confident whatever the things, whatever the expectations people used to keep on ourselves, whatever the blaming sense, whatever the things people used to hurt us, we can be calm and confident towards our life. Then we can get a clarity towards that blames which we fall on our expectation, which people kept on ourselves. Then we can able to tackle it in a easier manner, I would like to say. So we we can't expect all the person to be good and favor for us. So we should able to identify what is good in good side of them. Then they used to stop blame us, stop complaining us, because a person continuously keep on complaining for simple things about ourselves. If we start look on, I would like to like the attitude of observing, attitude skill of observing your skill. To say to him on one day means, if a person blaming you continuously, complaining you continuously, and demotivating you, if you encourage him for his observable behavior, if one day means he start to look good selves of yourself for the next day. You start to begin to look onto your good self next day. Then his expectation become less, and you also start to do your work as usual in a regular manner, and your procrastination habit also become a less behavior towards your life, I would like to say. Yeah, it's all interlinked. It's our role and responsibility to segregate everything and interlink and match like that. Because if you left in a it is a similar simple 12 kind of dots or 13 kinds of dots we used to make for a rangoli. It's our task to connect all the dots in like that. So same like that, our behavior and actions, thoughts will leads to have with own thoughts, feelings, words, and actions. When you start to connect these dots and it's used to be optimistic behavior, then you can handle whatever the expectation blames which are been falling in your side. Then you can be look good for the people, I would like to say. Then next, these are the personal responsibility you should take in your day-to-day life, I would like to say. Ma'am, next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah, we should be first optimistic to ourselves. Whatever the task come, oh my god, I can't do it. Oh my god, it's looks like a bigger one. Oh my god, it's a complex one. Like that, we should not do. I can do it. Whatever the results may be, I can able to handle it. Whoever the people may be, like that. That optimistic mindset will make us to less procrastinate the people, things, object, whichever expects us to do our expectation, I would like to say. Because when you be in a pessimistic mindset, that stimulates your procrastinate behavior. Oh, you can't do it, then you can postpone this work. Yeah, they are blaming you always. Then why can't you procrastinate themselves for tomorrow, like that? That simple attitude of pessimistic mindset will lead us to procrastinate our day-to-day life. When you start to think that same situation in opportunity, whatever I do, he will blame it. Anyway, I am maintaining my punctual habit in that situation. I am putting my 100% effort. Same like that, in your optimistic mindset, that procrastinate behavior and expectation which the opposite side people keep on you will start to becoming low. So we should also listen to towards that behavior, I would like to say. You should have a habit of optimistic mindset, optimistic approach towards everything, I would like to say. Ma'am, next slide, please. Yeah. You in human beings, here I specifically mentioned for students because they are young champs who going to grow our society and pillars of our world, I would like to say. But whatever the human being, from birth to death, we too have a social responsibility initiatives throughout our life. Because what what is beneficial for us for in doing social responsibility initiative? If one person start to think like that, means everyone is start to procrastinate every social activities, society activities which may fulfill our society needs. So simple things, social responsibility initiative will make us to grow as a people, professional as well as a individual towards our country, I would like to say. For example, now in our day-to-day life, now parliament election is going. If we used to procrastinate that voting habit in our day-to-day life, and then that simple task, even that one vote cost a biggest turning point of our life, I would like to say. So we should practice our social responsibility initiative. We should not procrastinate it. Whatever the expectation we may have in our society and society may have in ourselves, we should be able to cope up with that. We should start to procrastinate. We should not procrastinate our social responsibility initiative, because that's not a healthier behavior and healthier boundary, I would like to say. So whatever the things, we should ready to proactivate to the problem. We should not be reactive towards that. We should be a proactive, able to. We should have a mental stability to handle that situation, I would like to say. As I mentioning that we should be, whatever the you are in whichever position maybe, whatever the things you are doing, you start to empathize in your day-to-day life. Bring that habit of empathy. Then sure, at one point of view, one point of success, at least a point percentage after this session, if you start to empathize, means at we can see a simple changes in our family, peers, and in our day-to-day life, I would like to say. Next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah, entertainment versus empowerment. This is the main thing which leads to procrastinate in our day-to-day life, because we used to have a lot and lots of entertainment as well as entertainment in our day-to-day life, that leads to procrastinate our reduces our social expectation and have our social thoughts, that leads to procrastination. So entertainment versus empowerment also leads to lot of things in our day-to-day life, I would like to say. So we should be aware of everything, like our moral thoughts and behavior, and our assets and self-image. Our self-image is majorly grown on the habit of entertainment, I would like to say. So we should be able to cope up it, I would like to say here. And another one more thing I would like to mention here is uh, whatever the things I have mentioned earlier, that will help you to grow your self-image, self-actualization behavior, self-esteem of yourself, your own self. When your own self is growth, then definitely we start to encourage others, and we start to able to cope up with others. So we should look into ourselves first, then we should look into our society next. So we should grow our self-image lot, and we should be less procrastinate. When wisely we should procrastinate, which are the things we do motivate us, which are the things give entertainment for that. That leads to your success, I would like to say. Next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah. Here I would like to say self-care. As I mentioned here, healthy benefits and healthy self-esteem, and how to we should accept the compliment behavior, and simple things which we make, like writing gratitude journal, and think nobody is with us. We should not feel the loneliness. Even a tree can give us company. Even a empty room, empty jar. It's in our perspective. If a glass is kept half filled glass is kept, then we should not look into the empty side. We should look into the filled side, I would like to say, because that make us to grow a lot in our day-to-day life. We that will help us to learn ourselves a lot, and ourselves towards a growth, I would like to say. I would like to mention here in this. Then that improve our habit of loving ourselves in our day-to-day life, I would like to say here. And self actualization is nothing but here I would like to mention here, ma'am, it is all about your self confidence and self level. It's all about you, how you can estimate yourself in a situation, put up yourself in your situation, whatever the situation may be different. Your confident level and ability to cope up with a thing, able to handle the situation, and how yourself, how you put yourself in the situation. And you, it is like evaluating exam paper, how you will evaluate yourself when you look into a multidimensional perspective, in your emotional perspective, in your personalization perspective, in your personality perspective, spirituality perspective, mental health, physical health, how you evaluate yourself. That is all about self actualization. I would like to mention here. Next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah, we should be able to identify that people have love or infatuation towards us, because without knowing that, we ready to fulfill all the expectation, and somebody with uh, in our misunderstanding, we used to procrastinate all that. So we should be aware of that, which people have love on us, which people have infatuation on us. We should able to categorize that point of view in our day-to-day life. We can ever we start to have less expectation on the people. So we should have a great clarity on love and infatuation which people have on us. Even the mother, father, whomever. Here it is not meant for romantic relationship alone. Whatever the roles, we should able to identify and segregate the people with roles and responsibility, I would like to say. Next one, ma'am. Yeah, I have mentioned here what is the love and crush. This is for college student, I would like to say. Ma'am, next one. Mainly for students. Next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah. Final one is we should we should stimulate our happy hormones to segregate. If a person can able to stress, if a person can able to depress yourself into your situation, and handling pressure means, then you can able to handle everything in your day-to-day life. So we should have a attraction and attachment towards anything in your life. So we should ready to have how to handle everything in our day-to-day life, I would like to say. Ma'am, next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah, simple thing. This is the final thought I would like to say. To love oneself is beginning of a lifelong romance. So we should start to love ourselves in every situation. That leads to fulfill every expectation, fulfill everything in our day-to-day life. So we should ready to people not ready to procrastinate. So if a person can able to segregate is all the happy hormones means, then he can have the ability to segregate, stimulate his happy hormones to secrete. If a person can be stressful, he can be depressed in situation, he can experience a feeling of loneliness, then he can damn sure that he can also experience a feeling of happiness. So he can also experience stimulate the secretion of happy hormones. We are the ourselves, it is in our hand to either to choose the negative pathway, pessimistic thinking or optimistic thinking. So we have to act according to us. We should have a chemistry between our brain, because our neurochemicals, it's are ready to listen whatever we say. So we should tell them in a happy manner, a positive manner, and we make them to be positive thing, I would like to say. Next slide, ma'am. Yeah, you should improve yourself. You should look where I can improve, what can motivate myself, and we should have a self control. Like we should ready to be calm and determine ourselves. We should be confident in ourselves, and we should have a exact willpower. And you have a balanced state of life in all the things means, you can improve yourself. You can reduce your temptation, and you can turn your obstacles. You can easily turn your obstacles, challenges into opportunities, I would like to say. So there is no need to procrastinate all the expectation. So we are much more clarity and much more clear in our expectation, so we can able to cope up with according to it, I would like to say. Ma'am, next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah, see, as like rain falls in our day-to-day life, we should recognize the rain behavior in our life also, I would like to say. Recognize what's going on and allow the experience as like it, and investigate that experience with a habit of kindness. Finally, n is nothing but uh, our natural awareness about that expectation and experience that leads to us to be a self-confident person in our day-to-day life, I would like to say. Yeah, ma'am, next slide, please, ma'am. Yeah, so it is in our hand to work in that procrastinate wisely. That procrastinate leads us to success in our day-to-day life. So we should be not procrastinate simple things, because simple things leads to a greater turning point of our life. So it's in our hand to procrastinate everything or procrastinate according to your life, I would like to say. And thank you for the opportunity once again. And thoughts are welcomed.
Thank you, Naveen. It was a wonderful presentation. We love the way you talked. Yeah, friends, you can interact with Naveen. Yeah, Venugopal sir.
Okay, so now it is very clear. I didn't procrastinate to share my thoughts. Okay, the first person, I didn't delay. And there are three factors that could operate behind the act of procrastination. One, lack of self confidence. Two, low self esteem. Three, a pessimistic mindset. You don't have to have all the three. Some people have all the three, some people have one of the three. And my comment is based on theoretical knowledge and professional experience of being a behavioral scientist since 1994. Low self confidence, poor self esteem, or pessimistic mindset. That is it. In USA, people punctuality. We are talking about punctuality. Punctuality in USA, people come on time because when I joined the hospital also, every employee will get an employee handbook about the rules and regulations in the McDonald's or Walmart, everywhere. That will say if you are late for work by 10 minutes, 3 times in a month, your employment will be terminated. So it is the fear of punishment that makes people come for work on time. The rewards, those things usually don't work. We know in India also, wearing the seat belt, punishment, now 2,000 rupees or whatever it is, that worked. These are my thoughts. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. I think we can also implement the same technique in workplace. Yeah, friends, you can share your thoughts about today's presentation. Yeah, Ashish ji, Subbarao sir, Anand ji.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Naveen.
Ashish ji.
Thank you for wonderfully explaining the concept of this procrastination and using your intellect to how to cope up with that procrastinations. The PPT you have shown is very explaining automatically, and you have explained it very clearly and wisely. So thank you for that, and we had a very wonderful session from your side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ashish ji. Yeah, this Anand sir, Subbarao sir.
Okay, since nobody
Parthan.
is talking, I would like to add some more.
Yes,
The
sir, please.
lack of self-confidence. That one I didn't see much in the slides. That poor self-confidence, you won't get self-confidence from formal education. My dear friends, the formal education will help you get pass some examinations and get some certificate. Most of the people, they have no self-confidence. People with that is a qualification, post-grad qualifications in literature, MA English, they don't have the confidence to speak in English. They don't have. Because when I went to give a talk in the Department of English in Kerala, in Trivandrum, PGs and PhD scholars, I just asked them to volunteer 1 or 2 and come forward and give a talk for 3 minutes. At that time, this happened some 15 years back on dengue. and dengue fever. And they asked, is it okay if we talk in Malayalam? And he said, what? This is Department of English, and you are a postgraduate student. You are a, what you call, a registered, that is PhD trainee. Can't you speak in English? The answer was, English is not our mother tongue. That is it. These people, they come with MA English, PhD. So the poor self-confidence cannot be fixed through the formal education, only through self-education. So that is very important. The take-home message is self-education. Empower yourself. Without that, there's no shortcut. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah, Partha, sir, you can share your views.
Yeah, it's a wonderful, Navin. Actually, as I started that, any sensual that we procrastinate, Navin, and from the mother's womb till to the womb to tomb, we procrastinate every on and often. When there is a desire, we procrastinate. I politely, slightly differ with the Venugopal sir. Even we have the high esteem, even we have the high confidence, even we have the super optimistic. Suppose I am a theist, so I am to become the anti of my views, I procrastinate. If I want to be the first speaker, I become procrastinate if I go asked to be the last one. Are you getting, Navin? If you like to speak, and if you are getting the message, when you also lastly, that the self-teaching, all along we procrastinate. Every breath we procrastinate. Every breath. A monk, if he or she doesn't feel like monk inside, procrastinate. So this is a, as a mind coach, this is also my area. So there is a lot of research, and only one thing I just put it in the feedback form also, Navin. Definitely data is very much helpful, but dear, one single case, if you go deep down, one single case of procrastinations instead of many and multi, so that is, I think, more valuable. Still, again, love to hear you again. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir. Next time I will start to put the case studies. Sure, sir.
Thank you, Partha, sir. Yeah, others? Yeah, Lakshma Reddy, sir. Palla Lakshma Reddy. I think no other interaction. I mean, I think we can close today's session. We can meet next week with another new resource person. Yeah, thank you, friends. I thank each and everyone actively participated today. Venugopal sir, Ashish ji, and Partha ji. We thank each and everyone. I thank Naveen from our group, Deccan Positive Mental Health, as well as in association with Yellow Pond India and Forest Creative Art Studio, Sri Deepthi Counseling Center, then Clover Learning Center from Hyderabad, Sirisha Counseling Center from Kozhikode, then Mind Style Hub from Kolkata. We thank each and everyone. We will meet next week, same time, with another resource person. Yeah, thank you, friends. Good night. Thank you, Naveen.
Good night, all. Thank you, Naveen, for a wonderful session. Good night.